If you want to talk about an actual classic, this song, hands down, is one of those classics that's been around. I think it came out in 1973 or 1976, around that time period. I think it was actually 1976, give or take, actually. I'm not entirely sure. But it's been around, almost 50 years, give or take. And it is one of those songs that you can't go you can't go anywhere. You can't hear. It's in movies. It's at weddings. It's at parties. It's on the radio still. Like, it's one of those songs that is just rightfully so everywhere, and it's an absolutely beautiful song. And it wasn't until later in my life, which my life is not that as long as a song, but I didn't realize that the song was actually about his daughter, and it wasn't a love song. And when you hear that it's actually, I mean, it is a love song to his daughter, but it's not a love song like to a spouse or anything like that. It puts new meaning on the music. So today we're going to be doing some active listening, and what I mean by that is, I've already heard the song 100 times, but I haven't actually really intently let's listen to the chords or the progression or the production, and that's what we're going to be doing today. So if you're new to the channel, welcome. My name is Jacob Restituto. I'm a musician from Northport, New York, and if you're coming back for another video, I appreciate you. You're the true one. Let's see what we got. Stevie Wonder, It's So Lovely. That flanger bass. So now I acknowledge the fact that if you really listen to the lyrics, you're like, oh, obviously it's about that, less than 1 minute old. But when you vibe into the song, you're not always specifically listening to the lyrics. So cut me a little slack. Great lyric. Alright, let's talk about this. So what I find pretty cool about this song is the repetitive melody and how he got away with that, in the sense that most of the song is that melody, and it's so recognizable. You could play. I mean, you could hear it play on any instrument. I used to cover this actually on guitar, where it'd be like a transition song for me, where I would actually just play the melody on the guitar and transitioning from one song to another. When I used to do more restaurant and bar gigs. But that melody is so recognizable, partly because he really drills it in you with the song. He really keeps one melody for most of the song. There's a lot going on production-wise. When I said that flanger bass, it's this very 70s, 80s moving bass sound. If that, I don't know really. It's not a flat bass sound. It has this movement to it. I don't even know. It's just the way that the LFO or if it's a synth, the filters are opening up, or if it's an actual bass, the effects that they have on it, it just gives this. I don't know how to explain it other than it just sounds like it's moving a little bit more. It's got almost like a talking voice, like a human talking voice. Percussion wise, there's a lot of percussion going on. We got hi-hats in the left ear, we got some sort of shaker in the right, or a tambourine in the right. A lot of synth work, a little bit droning, either strings or pad, synth pads going on. There's a lot overall going on, and obviously the classic chord progression that repeats throughout the song, but a lot going on. But his voice is super, super, super direct in the music. If you listen to these lyrics, you can tell what it's about. But it's funny that how accustomed we are just to listening to the chorus. You're just assuming, isn't she lovely? Isn't she wonderful? You're like, oh, he's talking about a lady. You know what I mean? Not realizing it. With the rest of the lyrics, when you piece it together, it's about his daughter. get the counter melody in the left ear. Keeping that melody going. Which even there, like the super specificity of it, like it is actually pretty remarkable that this became such a tremendous song with how specific it is, like actually having his daughter's name in the lyrics. I remember I looked at the lyrics maybe a year or two ago and I was like, oh wow, this is pretty, like it's really, really specific. But people relate to the song and they don't necessarily have to relate to the super specific parts, you know what I mean? They relate to the feelings behind it. Such a vibe, man. Look at the claps. Key change. Do you hear that? I just want to talk about this. There's a synth going in there like wow, wow, wow. Listen to it right in the center of the mix. It's been going throughout the whole song. Ready? You hear that? It's been going on throughout the whole track. So this is the definitive collection version. There was another version that I found on Apple Music that was like a 6.5 minute one. I'm not entirely sure the difference between the two of them, other than the fact that obviously it's twice the length. But what a classic song that we've all heard so many times. But it's really cool to kind of go back and listen to hear the production here. You know how it chose to do things. And one of the things I want to talk about lastly is the that instrumental. I'm not entirely sure what instrument that is, to be honest with you. But like the emotion even behind that playing, like the way he would doo 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 doo, you know, walking down that, like it's just like he hit these notes, you know, whoever played it, with such like care, if that makes sense. Like there was, you could feel the emotion in the playing. I don't know, compared to just playing it, you know. But phenomenal song, classic song that we all love, and I love the fact that it's been around for 50 years. It blows my mind. It's like, as a songwriter, that's the goal. You just want to write music that lasts, you know. So, what a fantastic song.